matchup between Flyers Blue and Flyers Orange as we take you down to centre ice. Dave Ruck and Andrew Cox in the circle, ready to go. Whipping it back to Kudlow as Cox as things get underway. Welcome again to Perth Ice Arena. Flyers Blue and Flyers Orange, probably the two most exciting teams in the league thus far, based on purely the number of Perth Thunder players in each lineup. As Cox works it in deep, pushing it in front. Kudlow got caught on the offhand. Up the top of the blue line, Kairos whipping one in. And it goes off a skate back out to centre ice. Both teams very solid in the last week. Flyers Orange with a big win over the Perth Sharks, 4-1. Finally figured them out after the Vikings and the Chiefs couldn't get past the young team. Kelly on the backhand, across to Ruck. Has Ruck in support too. His son, Jake Ruck, firing one. Saved by McCann. His first of the night goes off the the right pad. As they push it in now, Flyers Blue, Bro, a cross ice pass. Gets tipped off a stick, still holding onto it behind the net. Flyers Blue. Ben Bro backhands that one. Misses everyone all the way down the ice. And it'll be held onto by Steve McCann. Finding Sam Wilson, former captain of the Perth Thunder from a few years back. And they push it in now, working it into the offensive zone. Flyers Blue, shot in front, they score! Lamb, a soft pass to the front of the net. Jeffries tips that one in. Flyers Blue with an early 1-0 lead. Great goal there early by Flyers Blue. You expect them to be offensive and snap it around and do fancy things, this Flyers Blue team. But really, they're all about bodies in front of the net, pushing it in from the top of the blue line, batting it in. And that's what they've done here. Maybe Flyers Orange will need to look for a little bit more pressure in front of the net. Wilson, cross ice to Lamb, controlling it. Through to Bro, trying to backhand it out of there. Flyers Blue with the lion's share of puck possession so far. As Wilson flicks it through the middle for Bro. He'll skate it through centre ice, trying to get it past one. In comes Bro down the right wing. Still holding onto it, Bro. Cross ice now for Lamb. Here comes Kairos working it in. Kairos in front. Good net front pressure by Orange. Puck contested in the corner, goes cross ice now. Lyndon Lodge holding onto it. Pushing it out of there, skating onto it now Orange, but Blue managed to tip it away. Puck gets tied up in the corner. Who's going to come out with it? It'll be Blue as they push it back into their defensive zone. And Cox will take it out from behind the net. Working it himself, Andrew Cox. Tipped by an Orange player, goes off Cox's skate now out to the right wing for Kairos. What can he do? He dumps it in down low. Just misses the Orange stick and goes back onto Cox. Maybe he's tied up in the corner. Here comes Blue now, getting out of trouble. Scrum continues and it's going to be Blue with the better of it. A shot fired in top of the blue line by Campbell and a save by Orange. Mark McCann listed in net tonight for Orange. Mark McCann versus Steve McCann in net. Possibly the story of the night, the two brothers. Lots of family combos on the ice tonight. We'll get to them later. Orange trying to control the puck out of their zone now. Here comes Rob Hazelhurst. A huge addition to the Orange lineup as he works it down the left wing. Cross ice, it goes along back to Blue. Snapping it up to Kairos now. Here he comes, Geordie Kairos shooting, scores! Straight through the pads of Mark McCann. Geordie Kairos puts Blue up 2-0 at this early stage of the game. Less than 5. He made one save down the other end as it goes cross ice, tipped out of trouble by Lodge. Lodge in the corner trying to work it out of there. Flyers Orange holding on to the puck, which is good. They snap it through the middle and it just misses Kelly. Hazelhurst controlling it now as it pinballed back to him before. And he goes right wing, left wing to Ruck. Through the middle now for Lodge. Working it in, Lyndon Lodge. Cross ice, tipped off a skate. Could be trouble there, Flyers Orange. In front was Ruck. Didn't get the handle off the puck. And it'll be tipped out now to Lamb controlling it. Whipping it through the middle. Here's Ruck all alone, firing one. It goes off a skate. Now in front was Lodge, and he tipped it across to Ruck. Couldn't quite get it there. Good net front pressure by Blue as the puck goes out now for Jeffries. Working it through the middle. Liam Jeffries tipped it across. Sails down onto Mark McCann's net. And Hazelhurst will push it out for Ruck. Through the middle, Dave Ruck. Snapped one through, but it went on to Campbell's stick. Flyers Blue now controlling possession of the puck through Kudla. An all-star lineup out on the ice in terms of Australian Ice Hockey League talent. As Blue work it in there. Cox controlling it in the corner. Up the top of the blue line, Kudla tipped in front and it just goes wide. Referee blew the whistle there. Probably lost sight of the puck, so we're going to have an offensive zone draw. 13 minutes, 28 seconds left. Thanks for joining us. Flyers Blue, Flyers Orange. Absolutely stacked two lineups on the ice tonight for Friday night hockey. West Australian Premier League action. Pushed in front, it was tipped off Steve McCann's stick. Behind the net now for Cox. Pushed around, almost controlled by Kairos. He goes hard into the boards with Punla. And now working hard behind the net is Webster. Oh, it almost tipped around there by Blue. Really good forechecking pressure here by Blue, but now Orange are getting it out of trouble. Webster going cross ice. Finds its way back to Maybe, who dumps it in. Campbell now. Pushing it across for Kudla. Snapping it to Jeffries. Right wing Liam Jeffries sizzles it across to Bro, but it just went under his skate as he tried to control it. And goes into the boards with Hazelhurst. Back to Lamb now. Lamb tries to whip that one up to Bro, but it goes over and out of play as it tipped off Hazelhurst's stick. Neutral zone face-off favouring the blue end. It'll be one back by Jeffries, but skated right onto by Orange. They dump it in. It was Kelly who controlled it. Now skating on the puck, Macho. Kevin Macho tries to push it past Jeffries. He gets pushed hard by him. Kelly pushing it in front. And it was almost Tanner on the doorstep. It'll go back now to Wilson. Here's Lamb. Pushing it out of there as Blue make their way up the right wing. Going cross ice through the middle for Bro. Skated onto and controlled by Orange almost. It was Tanner there, but now Blue will try and work it out of trouble. Holding onto it, Ben Bro. Still holding onto it, Bro, as he whips it through the middle. Blue pushing it in. And now the puck skips back onto Steve McCann's net. Controlled by Maybe behind the net. Maybe with a saucer pass out from the back of the defensive zone, straight onto Lyndon Lodge. Lodge pushing it in front, but there was no one on the doorstep. Wilson does a good job to control it, dump it out of there. And it finds Punla for Orange at center ice. Push back and pinballed to Kudla. Almost taken away by Lodge. Puck pinballing around now, goes onto the right side, pushed out now for Blue. Here they come, and they just jumped offside. Flyers Blue. Still holding on to that 2-0 lead, however. 10 minutes, 20 seconds left in this first period. As we see the neutral zone face-off. Two players crashing into the boards as the puck skips back out to neutral ice. Punla behind the net now. Stopping up and looking for options as Cox comes in to pressure him. Lodge went up behind the net and a shot fired from Kairos. Tips its way back out to the top of the blue line. Now push through the middle, off the stick and onto Ruck now. Coming the other way, Ruck now. Here comes Lyndon Lodge trying to work it in on the backhand. Back to Ruck almost. Skating into the corner is Lodge. Now going into the corner is Kudla. Kudla pushes it out of there, but it's stopped up top of the blue line. As Campbell pushes it out almost for Bro. Puck goes sailing down. It'll just stop short of ice. Again, it's controlled by Ruck. Flyers blue with an almost full personnel change. Working it up the left side. Wilson. Play slowing down a little bit. As Flyers blue continue to hold on to that 2-0 lead. Ben Bro. Controlling it in the defensive zone. Pushing it wide now to the right winger. Shot fired by Blue, saved by Mark. And now controlled still by Blue off the rebound. Pushed into the corner and skated onto by Tortoise. Shot fired, goes wide. Now in front was Jeffries. Great play screening in front of the net. Almost tipped it in there. Bro trying to control it in front. Pushed to the top of the blue line. Flyers blue, staying on side. Shot fired and a save by Mark McCann. 8:16 the time left in the first period. Flyers blue leading Flyers orange. First game of the night. Friday night, West Australian Premier League action. The two must-watch teams in this competition. Play continuing now. Face-off's won by Webster. Into the corner for Pungler. He tries to push it out of there. Puck goes cross ice now for Orange. Controlled by Merriman. Pushed in down low. Two players go colliding into the boards. It was Tortoise and Campbell. Now Maybe pushing it in front. Sticked away by McCann. Shot fired by Maybe. And a good save there by Steve, who controlled the puck well. Off the shoulder and behind the net. Kudla pushing it out of there. Here's Cox now working it in. Cox still controlling the puck. Cross ice for Kairos. In front's Kairos and almost a shot fired, but Orange managed to get the better of the puck. Sorry about that as play continues. Pushing it in front now. Blue behind the net. Pundler and Kairos battling for it. Cox in front, a shot and a save by Mark McCann. Now trying to come back the other way. Flyers orange through Macho to Webster. Back to Macho and a good tie-up play there by Wilson in front of the net. Great back-checking by the Flyers blue veteran as he holds onto it now behind the net and whips it out for Jeffries. Jeffries back to Wilson. Just lost the handle on the pass. In front, Flyers orange. Shot fired and a save by Steve McCann. The first night, the other of the two McCanns in net has been tested properly, I would say. And he does well. 6:14 remaining. Blue still holding on to that 2-0 lead. Face-off one. He's pushed by Kelly to Lodge at the top of the blue line. But they just went offside and they've had to retreat significantly orange. Dumping it in orange. Control behind the net by Steve. Kelly into the corner hard after the push by Jeffries. And Blue will work their way up the right wing. Dumping it in, skating onto it is Bro. Battling hard with Lodge. In the corner, it gets tipped out, controlled by Potvin. Potvin trying to dump it out of trouble. And it'll be pushed right back onto Blue. Controlling it, Blue. Back to Lamb, a hard pass out of the zone. Kelly tipped it, but Flyers orange would have been offside had he skated onto it. Shot fired by Wilson, goes wide. Potvin was in front of him there. Controlled in from the top of the blue line by Blue. 5 minutes left in the first period. Still holding on to that 2-0 lead. Blue. Here come Orange the other way. In front, Jake Rock. Shot fired, blocked. And the other shot goes wide of the net from Ruck. Good play there by Orange. Quality chances on the rush. back underway as the face-off one back by Blue. Controlled through the middle by Kudla. Here he comes. And it's sticked away there by Ruck. Here comes Ruck. And also Ruck the other way. Ruck has Jake as an option. Pushing it to Kelly. Shot fired. Goes wide into the corner. Back to Dave. Top of the blue line, Hazelhurst. Oh, he just lost the handle on the puck, Rob. Hazelhurst with the heavy pressure coming from Kairos. Hazelhurst through the middle. Tipped in by Ruck. Now here comes the other Ruck. It's Dave firing it in. Saved by McCann. Rebound. Maybe pushing it in from the top of the blue line. And Dave Ruck tries to whip it around. And Blue will work it out of danger through Kairos. Through the middle to Kudla. David Kudla. Cross ice for Campbell. Controlling it now is Jamie Campbell with 3:30 left in the first period. Kairos through the middle. Tipped off a stick. Back to Campbell now. Plays Blue in a bit of a holding pattern as Orange lock down the center of the ice. Wilson now coming through from behind the net. Wilson through the middle. Good play there in the middle by Webster to control the puck. Here they come the other way. It's Tortoise. Now here comes Bro on the breakaway after the pass was tipped out. Drop pass for Jeffries and he just lost the handle on it. What a play that could have been as Jeffries tries to push it in down low while Bro stands in the corner. Jeffries going hard into the corner with an Orange player. Now the puck goes to the top of the blue line for Wilson. Wilson. Puck goes cross ice now for Lamb. Lamb in the corner. Puck was tipped away by Lodge. He tries to dump it out of there off the glass. Stopped and controlled top of the blue line. Down low now is Jeffries. Hammered into the boards. Stapled by Pundler. Jeffries backhanding it in front. Bro with the turnaround shot. In front, Blue again, and Flyers Orange managing to get it out of trouble. Puck corralled at center ice by Richie Lamb. Veteran of the Perth Thunder. Has been to coach Lamb as he dumps that one in. Icing will be the call. With 1:55 left in this first period. It was a big opening for Flyers Blue. A goal tipped in front, and a goal off the rush that McCann possibly would like to have back. Offensive zone face-off for Orange. One back by Blue. It was Andrew Cox who pushed it back for Lamb. Whipping it hard up ice was Lamb. Tipped off a stick as Hazelhurst tries to skate onto it, but it'll be taken away by Blue. Trying to push it in front for Kairos, but it'll be controlled by Orange now. Here comes Macho, but no, it's broken up by Kudla. Kudla off the boards, along to Kairos. Cross ice, controlled by Cox, but it's broken up now by Macho. Through the middle for Kudla. Through down to Cox. Up and into the zone, Geordie Kairos, back to Cox, shot fired, a save, and it goes into the corner as it was pushed off a stick. Less than a minute left in this first period. Can Flyers Orange get one back here as they enter the zone? Through Hazelhurst, here they come to Macho, shooting, and it just goes wide. Controlled now by Kelly, back to Macho, tries to get one off, blocked in front by a skate. 30 seconds left in the first period. Here comes Kudla exiting the net. Can Blue get one here and extend their lead? Here comes Kairos down the right wing. Skating onto it behind the net. Will he have options? Can they get there in time off the line change? 18 seconds left. Blue behind the net. Pressured heavily by Mabey. And Mabey will come up with control of the puck. Great play there by Brian Mabey as a scrum ensues in the corner with 5 seconds left. Blue in front. They could be a chance through Jeffries, and that will wrap it up for the first period as Lodge and Jeffries collide. Thanks for joining us on Friday Night Hockey, West Australian Premier League action. Flyers Blue lead, Flyers Orange, 2-0.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
Welcome back to Friday Night Hockey, and we're away. Flyers blue and Flyers orange. The subjects of tonight's game as the puck goes behind the orange net, back out to blue. Through the middle now, controlled by Brod. Pushed up to Jeffries, controlling it now, Jeffries. Cross ice to Bro, and he fires one, it just goes wide of the net. Top of the blue line now, Wilson pushing it in for blue, in front, Jeffries, he scores. Unlucky bounce there for orange, but Jeffries in the perfect position to bat it in on the doorstep. Flyers blue lead Flyers orange 3-0. And just like in the first period, managing to whack an early goal up. It'll be Cox and Ruck at centre ice now. Ruck coached Cox, as a member of the Perth Thunder, for 2 or 3 years. Lodge working it in hard. In front, Lodge. Could be a chance here. Orange. Is Ruck and Lodge working well together. Hazelhurst to Ruck now. Cross ice for Kelly. Now to Jake Ruck. Jake Ruck working onto the puck. In front of the net, Ruck in front, and a shot fired. It was almost a Ruck goal there as Jake passed it, centering in front to Dave. Now top of the blue line, Hazelhurst fakes a shot. In front, Dave Ruck shooting, and a save by Steve McCann. Top of the blue line, it's Lodge, whipping it around, and it'll be controlled by Cox, who works his way into the offensive zone. The Cox and Kairos partnership's been solid tonight. Blue controlling it in. Oh, I really thought they had it, but the linesman thought otherwise. And it'll be a neutral zone draw. Both teams pretty friendly with each other, given 75% of them are teammates of the Perth Thunder on both teams. Bro whips it in hard, and that went hard over the top of Mark McCann. Shot pushed, well, more of a pass pushed in front of the net, and here comes Webster after he collected it from Pundler. In front, Pundler tipping it in, and what a save by Steve McCann. Pundler had the opportunity wide open, and as a big defensive defenseman, he doesn't get that opportunity too often. He'll be thinking about that one in bed tonight. Jeffries taking it off the draw. Bro now, cross ice, Flyers blue controlling it. Wilson dumping it in hard. Skating onto it, Pundler, crashing into the boards with Bro. Bro will be Pundler's coach for the upcoming Australian Ice Hockey League season, whether it happens in some form this year or in full form next. Pundler crashing hard into the boards with Cox, but maybe comes in and then good support, pushes it out of there. Pushing it in front of the net was Bro on the backhand, but he gets tipped behind the net. Maybe trying to work it out on the backhand. Kairos goes cross ice, but no one was there. And it'll be controlled by Lee Tortoise as he pushes it out. Pundler trying to get there. Cox controls it. Cox to Kairos. What a save on the shoulder by McCann. In front Orange, and another save by McCann on the pads. 2 in a row. Steve McCann keeping them in the game. Shot fired in, they score. David Kudler wide open in the high slot. Whips that one in past Steve McCann. And really, what can you do at that point if you're Steve McCann? A fantastic save on the shoulder from a first shot that went in. A second save on the pads as he sprawled out across crease, and the puck just bumps its way out to David Kudler from the danger area. The high slot whips it in, low glove, and Flyers Blue leading at 4-0. Kairos straight off the draw, trying to control it in. Tips off Hazelhurst, and he'll control it behind the net. Puck goes skittering out to Kudler. Across for Campbell, holding onto it. Almost lost his footing there. Campbell did a really good job to stay up. And his teammate came in support to control the puck. Kudler to Campbell. Just skipped over his stick, so he'll dump it in. Blue are trying to control it in the corner, but it'll be taken away now by Hazelhurst. Here he comes up the right wing. Hazelhurst skating it in. Still Hazelhurst behind the net. Centers it, but there was no one there. Ruck shooting it in. Dave that was. As Orange trying to center it again. Here's Dave again, pushing it in, and a shot fired that gets saved by Mark. And now Blue will come back the other way. Here they come up the left wing, Flyers Blue. Working it in, Bro is an option, in front, and a save on the doorstep by Steve McCann. Been very solid for Orange tonight. My apologies, Mark McCann has been solid in the second period for sure. And for commentary purposes, I think any brother or father-son combos, whether it's Ruck, McCann or Kelly, will be referred to by their first name. Jake trying to work it in. Wilson behind the net, whipping it around, and it's collected by Bob Kelly. Oh, and Jake pushes Jeffries hard into the boards as the pass goes across, and Jake, Ruck and Jeffries having at it. Ruck and Jeffries went hard into the boards together. Jeffries came over to him and had a few words with him in front of the net. Didn't like that, Liam Jeffries, from the younger player. They are teammates on the Perth Thunder, which is why I imagine they didn't really go for it in front of the net there. I also think with the size and just age difference, that would have ended a lot better for Jeffries. Hundler controlling it in the corner, pushes it down. Steve behind the net collecting it for Kudler. Kudler skating it in through the middle. Here he comes all alone. Kudler firing one, and a save by Mark that goes high over the netting and out of play. Good blocker save by Mark McCann. And a good play by Kudler too. He shot it from roughly the same spot where he scored that 4-0 goal. Top of the high slot. Bit of a different circumstance, however. McCann, Mark, ready for that all day. Face-off one back by Webster. Push behind the net for Punler. Here he comes skating out of the defensive zone, Alistair Punler. Pushing it through the middle. It tips off Campbell's stick and goes back to Webster. In front now was Tortoise, but he gets pushed into the corner, controlled by Kairos and taken away now by Maybe. Behind the net now is Orange. Lodge was trying to control it. Here comes Andrew Cox. In all alone is Andrew Cox, stopped up, and what a defensive play there on the back check by Brian Maybe. Now here come Orange the other way. Hazelhurst trying to move around past Wilson. Puck gets pinballed around, controlled by Kairos. He has Cox on the left-hand side. Working it in is Kairos. Skating in behind the net, centers it in front. A shot fired by Cox and a pad save by Mark. As Cox tried to backhand it up to the high slot for Kairos, it'll be controlled by Maybe. He skates it in left wing, shot fired. That goes across the ice and wide. Clock's almost bled down to 10 minutes, which means we're nearly halfway through proceedings here at Perth Ice Arena. Shot fired by Bro and a save by Mark again. Goes over the netting and out of play. Offensive zone draw coming up for Blue. Ben Bro on the ice. He had a fantastic interview on this week's episode of the Fifth Liners podcast. A lot of players have come onto that podcast, which I will say I'm a co-host of, and told fantastic stories about their career. But the way Ben Bro told stories in that interview as he fires a shot, top of the blue line, goes wide. The way Bro told stories on that podcast as Kelly dumps it out of there was fantastic. Even amongst some great interviews on that show. Lamb, top of the blue line, fired one in, a pad save by Mark. Jeffries, top of the blue line now is Lamb, but he just lost control of it. Bro tells a story where he was the focal point of a documentary about his junior team. Here comes Jeffries working his way in, centering it across for Kudla, fires a shot, saved by Mark, in front, another save! And the puck gets frozen. What a sequence of play by McCann. Bro continued the story and said when he was in the QMJHL, they were approached by a production company who followed them around for the entire season, and by followed them around, he means properly followed them around, whether it was going to the pub for a couple of drinks or sitting in the jacuzzi at his billet house, which he used to do to relax as a shot gets fired in by Blue. Top of the blue line now is Campbell. He tries to fire one in, and it's blocked by Kelly and pushed out of there. Blue are going to win the race. It'll be icing. And Bro said in the story that the production company took an hour-long shot of him in the jacuzzi at his billet house, and funnily enough, Ben Bro ended up being the entire subject, almost, of that documentary, or at least a significant part of the storyline. So check out that interview on episode 61 of the Fifth Liners podcast, which you can find on all platforms. You may even be watching this on the Fifth Liners feed. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. Cox winning the puck back now. Pushing it in down low. It'll be controlled now by Punley. Pushed up through to Lodge. A blue player was behind him. Now it goes across to Campbell, and Campbell's pass skipped awkwardly along the ice. Now Cox in front, and he fired it. It was saved in front, or was it blocked as Ruck comes the other way. Pushing it to Kelly was Dave Ruck, and now the puck gets batted down to Potvin. Potvin pushing that one all the way up ice. I was thinking icing might have been the call, but it wasn't, as play continues. Must have just got it in over the red line or something similar. As play continues through the middle, it's Kudla. Kudla now firing one in. It tipped off a stick or a skate. Possibly a stick, I think. And it goes all the way back out to center ice. Wilson controlling. Through the middle for Kairos. Still holding onto it, Kairos. Pushes the puck to the right-hand side. And it's controlled by Wilson. Wilson tried to work it in past Lodge, and he gets upended by Lodge. Great play there on the blue line by Lyndon Lodge. Here comes Pundler the other way, firing and a save by Steve McCann. Pundler hungry for a goal after that one on the doorstep was left begging before. Clock bleeding down, 6 minutes 40. Sorry, 6 minutes 50 as Flyers Blue hold on to this 4-0 lead. Stay tuned on whatever feed you're watching this from. We'll be back for the late game between the Chiefs and the Perth Sharks. Perth Sharks, one of the stories of the league this season. They've knocked off two senior men's teams. The under-21s team as a shot gets fired by Lodge. Behind the net now, controlling it almost was Webster. Scrum in shoes, and it gets whipped around to the red line, where it's controlled by Navy and pushed across to Hazelhurst. Jeffries now controlling it. Wilson, now Flyers Blue dumping it in. Wilson controlling it in the corner for Blue. Shot fired by Bro. Stopped at the post by Mark McCann. As Cox and Lodge collide at the top of the blue line. Scrumming shoes in the corner. And the referee, losing sight of that puck, decides to blow play dead. Clock bleeding down now to 5 minutes. 4-0 lead for Blue. Tanner and Cox. It's one back by Tanner for Mamie. Pushed around for Hazelhurst. He sources that one up through the middle, and Kelly just couldn't quite control it. It tipped off his stick and goes right back to where we started from. Hazelhurst now. Rob Hazelhurst, like I said earlier in the broadcast, just a massive addition to this Flyers orange team as he works it in down low, and it was Tanner who was there. Couldn't quite control it. Puck around again for Hazelhurst, who's a long way from home on the blue line. He's pitched in hard, and here come Blue the other way. A one-on-one for Blue across to Kairos. Working it into the corner was Kairos. Tanner did a good job defensively, and so did Macho, who was right there. Macho tried to dump it out off the glass, where it'll be controlled now by Kudla. There was no one there for Orange after the dump around from behind the net. And now, Orange trying to control the puck. And they just jump offside, and a shot fired late. Would be in big trouble doing that in any other league where every player isn't good mates with each other. So it was an offside call, but after the shot in, after the whistle, Flyers Blue are going to get an offensive zone face-off. Can't say I've seen that before. As we get back underway, Jeffries controlling it from the face-off. Webster. Kieran Webster behind the net now. Push it across for Rupp. Holding onto it, Rupp. Through to the middle for Lodge. Almost pushed it around for Webster, who was in front of the net. And now Flyers Blue will come the other way up the left wing. Hundler across. Finding Merriman. As he gets pushed down behind the blue net. They dump it hard out and around. And it goes off Wilson's skate along to Jeffries. Under 3 minutes now left in this period, the second. Tied up hard in the corner. And referee loses sight of the puck, blowing it dead. Offensive zone face-off for Blue. Under 2.5 minutes left in the second period. Cox and Ruck at the draw. Puck goes sailing out to the middle. Almost controlled by Campbell, but Kudla does a good job to come in support. However, it'll be controlled by Orange now, trying to work in front. Kairos takes it away. Holding onto it still is Geordie Kairos. Working it in is Kairos. In front, Kairos, he scores! What a goal by Geordie Kairos. Manages to undress the goalie on the breakaway. Unfortunate there for Mark McCann. Geordie Kairos, what an outstanding play. That's him at his peak, Kairos. One of the flashiest local players in the Australian Ice Hockey League. Blue holding on to a 5-0 lead now with 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the second period. Rupp. Puck goes back out for Potvin. Behind the net now, Steve McCann finding Kudla. 1 minute left in the second period. Oh, as the puck gets ripped through the middle from Kudla. Flyers blue in front now, shooting. What a save by McCann. Good for him to get one back there after a couple were allowed in this period. One at the start, one at the very end. As we get ready and set for the final play, or what will be the final play of this second period as we're underway. Webster tries to saucer it across. It'll be controlled by Lodge. Pushed across to Maybe. Brian Maybe skating it in. Oh, and he gets upended in front of the net. A shot fired on Orange. Score. I was thinking possibly that there would have been a goalie interference call. Referees having a conference. It was Maybe who went sliding into McCann. The period ends. Let's just stay here for 1 second and see what they have to say about this goal, whether it will stand or not. Conference being had, and it looks like it'll stand. So that'll be the Flyers blue leading Flyers orange 5-1 here at Perth Ice Arena for Friday night hockey. We'll be back for the third period.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
Welcome back, Flyers blue, Flyers orange. Score is 5-1 after the late goal from Flyers orange stood that you would have seen at the end of the second period there. Really thought it was going to be goal interference, but it wasn't, as we take you down to centre ice. Jeffries and Webster in the circle. We're underway. 15 minutes left in this one with stoppages, as happens in the third period for West Australian Super League action. 2 20s without stoppages and a 15 with. Here comes Jeffries working it in, dropping it back. Controlled by Kelly. Bob that is. It gets pushed for Webster. Controlled now by Wilson. Wilson trying to push it in through the middle for Hazelhurst. Rob Hazelhurst Working it in behind the net, centering it to Webster, shooting, scores. What a goal by Kieran Webster. What a fantastic goal. That's one of the better goals you'll see in this league. Just collects it and roofs it from virtually a 90-degree angle, maybe even more. He moved his stick around and just roofed it in off the assist from Hazelhurst. Here comes Flyers Orange. It's 5-2. Hazelhurst picking up the assist. Hazelhurst, an interesting character in the land of Australian ice hockey. More on that in a second. As Cox tries to work it in, dumped in by Kairos. The puck gets dumped in behind the net where it'll be collected by Pundler. Rob Hazelhurst, in addition to the lineup tonight, lives in Margaret River in his spare time. He comes from Montreal in Quebec as the puck gets pushed through the middle and Cox skates onto it, controlling it behind the net now. He sources it out of there. Controlled by Potvin and taken away by Kairos. Stopped up by Kairos, working it across, and now here come Orange the other way. Trying to skate onto it is Macho. He's muscled off the puck by Cox and he trips him up. And that'll be a call against Flyers Orange for tripping. As a shot goes whistling in. It goes over the boards and out of play. It'll be blue on the power play for the first time tonight. As Ruck, no, as Tortoise makes his way into the Champion Auto Glass penalty box. Rob Hazelhurst, one of the more interesting characters in the Australian Ice Hockey League, lives in Margaret River in his spare time. His home, an old bus that he managed to purchase for $3,000. He converted the bus into a livable space as Flyers Orange dump it down the other end of the ice. Right as the penalty kill starts, the first of the night. Lamb pushing it back to Wilson. And Hazelhurst lives in the bus on a property. He thought the bus idea was so good that he continued to buy more buses. As Bro works it in. In front, Bro, and he almost got tripped up by Lodge. Wilson pushing it into the corner. Run in shoes. Still in the corner in the scrum. And now in front, Kairos. He pushes it across to Bro. Bro standing up to the top of the blue line. Pushing it in front, and it's blocked by a blue. Let's see if they can get it out of there. As Hazelhurst skating onto it. Centers it across, and it's tipped it away by Webster. Well, not tipped away, he tipped it past the net as he tried to control it. Hazelhurst loved the bus idea so much that he continued to buy even more buses. And he now has a side hustle converting old buses into livable quarters for other people. And I believe his collection of his own is increasing. Campbell, cross ice for Kudla, shooting it in front now. What a save by McCann, and a great series there by Steve McCann, who managed to control it. Now top of the blue line is Kudla. He pushes it in hard, and it was saved by Steve once more. Behind the net now is Cox. Cox pushing it up to the top of the blue line, and oh, unlucky for Flyers Blue. That one just missed everything. Went out and it's controlled by Kudla. Now Kairos working it through the middle. And back at even strength. As Tortoise goes back onto the bench. Macho out on the ice, replacing Tortoise and going on as the extra man. Or the even strength man. As the shot goes in from Kudla, it's tipped behind McCann. They score. Flyers Blue doing what they do best, tipping goals in front of the net. 6-2 is the score line. And one last story about Hazelhurst and his affinity for living in buses. He was driving one of the buses down to Margaret River when it broke down about 20 kilometres from his house. Imagine having to call the RAC man saying, I'm driving an old Trans-Perth bus. It's broken down in the country. Can you give me a tow for 20 kilometres to my property? Can't imagine how that conversation would have gone. As Jeffries fires it in, it was Hazelhurst, the man of the story, that blocked it in front. And now Mark skating out, Steve skating out of the net, pushing it up ice. Merriman trying to skate onto it. Now across for Hazelhurst. Hazelhurst behind the net. Big saucer pass through the middle. Ruck was almost skating onto it. Great play there by the defensive stalwart Wilson to tip it out into the corner. Ruck holding onto it still. Still Ruck. Tried to backhand it in, but Blue do a good job to control the puck. It's going to be Jeffries. Jeffries still controlling it. In front, almost tipped by Wilson. A good save there by Mark. Kairos tried to go cross ice. It tipped off Merriman's stick and it got there. Now here's Jeffries. Liam Jeffries. Backhands it behind the net. Controlled by Kairos. Almost back to Jeffries. He gets upended. Will there be a call? No, there won't. Flyers orange. Coming back the other way through Dave. Dave holding onto it, and Dave Ruck fires a shot. An easy cover up there for Steve McCann. 9:53 left in this third period. 6-2 the scoreline for Flyers Blue. They've been on fire tonight. Flyers Orange coming off a huge win against the Perth Sharks. The Vikings and the Chiefs unable to figure out the young team who will be in action tonight again against the Chiefs. Shot fired in from Punler, tipped by Webster, goes wide. Campbell tries to push it out of trouble, but it was Punler who stopped at top of the blue line. Webster doing what he does best, controlling the puck behind the net. Top of the blue line's Kelly, tipped, and a casual glove save by Steve McCann. Webster in the circle, as well as Cox. Two star centres for the Perth Thunder. Jake Ruck backhanding it behind the net for Webster. Pushed into the board by Campbell. And now Jake Ruck Lyndon Lodge getting pushed into the boards by Cox. Kairos whipping it out of there. Puck bounces off the boards and goes along to Punler, who finds Kelly. Potvin. Punler again. Pushing it across. It's almost controlled by Jake Ruck, but it finds its way along to Cooker. 8:55 left in the third. Bro hasn't seen the ice much in this third period. Been taking a bit of a rest. He'll be coaching the Perth Sharks when they take on the Chiefs later tonight. Oh, and a slap shot fired in by Jake Ruck. Across to Maybe. Behind the net is Webster. Webster looking for options. Finding Hazelhurst. Hazelhurst whips it around. Oh, and it was almost Webster back to Hazelhurst in front. Great chemistry there. Just couldn't quite get the 1 centimetre more that they needed to finish that play. Oh, and Kelly goes hard into the boards. And now in front's maybe a shot fired. And it gets pushed across, and now 3 players go colliding into the boards. And it's Bro who really roughs up Kelly on the floor there. Bro did not like Kelly going in for the big hit. That's the young Kelly of the two. Bro really gave Kelly a good rough up there after the big hit. And now here he is in front, Ben Bro. Bro firing! What a save by Mark McCann. Maybe he controls it behind the net. Lamb shooting it in. Save McCann. Whipped around by Hazelhurst. Almost skated onto by Tanner. Top of the blue line, Lamb. Firing it in. Jeffries whips one in. Oh, and they shoot! And a save by Mark McCann. Now coming up the ice the other way is Ruck. He gets slashed by Jeffries. No call. Macho trying to shoot it. Kairos could be away. And What's happened here? Has the initial slashing call? No. Ruck will go to the box for some kind of call into the Champion Auto Glass penalty box. It'll be Ruck for yelling at the official as Flyers Orange visit the Champion Auto Glass penalty box for the second time this third period. And the second time of the night, both of them in the third period. Bit of a commotion. Quite interesting after what I thought, from albeit a pretty good bird's eye view of the play, a slash, to see Flyers Orange in the penalty box after the player that got slashed yelled at the official for it, but that's the official standing his ground, I guess you could say. He didn't see it, and that was the end of the story. And really, that's the way it should be. Sometimes referees need to control the game. It's been pretty clean tonight, other than a couple of big hits. Campbell, top of the blue line, whipping it in, save by Mark McCann on the pads. Cross ice, shot fired, and another big save. The puck goes sailing up into the air, didn't hit the rafters, comes back down for Campbell, shot blocked. Now maybe. Coming back the other way is Brian Maybe. Maybe trying to work it in. Uses his big body to muscle the young Flyers blue player off the puck. Hazelhurst controlling it now. Saucer passed through the middle, tried to find Ruck on the breakaway. Behind the net, Kudla. Through to Wilson. Wilson skating onto it. Through to Bro now in front. Ben Bro, he shoots and scores. No coverage down low by the Flyers Orange defense. Ben Bro roofs it in, and Flyers Blue lead this one 7-2. Flyers Blue absolutely on fire in tonight's game. That one scored on the power play. Ruck doesn't look too happy in the Champion Auto Glass penalty box. Oh, and he'll stay in there. So Ruck was given a major, possibly for abuse of official. Ruck's still in the penalty box. I thought that was a 2-minute minor, but my apologies. Ruck remaining in the box even after the goal, as the puck goes sailing down the ice. Wilson controlling it. Held on to now, pushed in front. Oh, and Webster on the doorstep. He shot it well off the post. I thought it might have gone in. As play continues and it gets pushed up to the top of the blue line for Hazelhurst. From my vantage point, I could have almost sworn that went in, but it went off the post. And that's the end of the story. Down low, Webster skating onto the puck. Still holding onto it, Webster. Kieran Webster using his body down low to fend off Jeffries. He pushed it out of there. It was taken away by Bro. Pushed around to Hazelhurst. Through to Merriman. Turned over now by Jeffries. Jeffries skating it in there. Still holding onto it behind the net is Liam Jeffries. Still Jeffries. In front's Kudla. He couldn't quite get it. Now Kairos. Cross ice for Cox. In front, Flyers Blue. They shoot, and a save by Mark McCann. Another save by Mark McCann, and Cox in front. What a save there by Mark McCann. Sprawled out, his save of the night. Fantastic job there by Mark McCann. You could only see this by my vantage point, but even his brother, the opposing goalie Steve McCann, gave him some stick taps on the ice. Not something you see every day, one goalie showing support for the other, but I guess when it's two brothers, You'll see it. Conroy. The puck bounced awkwardly off Matt Joe's stick. Through the middle, Campbell. Puck gets pushed into the corner. Ruck is still in the penalty box. He's standing up on the penalty bench, talking to his team. That's the second time in 2 weeks Dave Ruck has gone to the penalty box for, let's say, having words with the on-ice official. Fire off. Gonna push it around. Cox tried to center it, but this stick of the goalie tipped it away. Puck gets backhanded in by Kudla. Going on to a Tanner, pushing the Flyers blue player into the boards hard. Matt Joe comes in support. Puck tied up. Referee lost sight of it. Third time tonight that the puck has been, play's been blown dead in the middle of a scrum. Face off tied up. One back by Orange, but it goes straight onto Mark McCann's net, and he stops play. So 2:50 left in this one. It's 7-2 to Blue. They lead their rivals on. Hazelhurst controlling it, pushing it up ice. Wilson shooting one in, and it's covered up by Mark McCann. Mark McCann has had flashes of brilliance tonight. A couple that he might want back, but overall a solid performance, albeit the scoreline. His brother Steve down the other end has been fantastic too. Hazelhurst stopping up there. Maybe through the middle. Push to the left wing for Ruck. Lamb and Jeffries battling hard with him. Lamb gives him a big shove into the corner, and Jeffries and Ruck are going to go. Jeffries and Ruck will the referee get there? Yes, he will. The ref will break it up. Jeffries and Ruck have not liked each other tonight. Wow. Two teammates on the Perth Thunder. Very interesting to see. And they'll both go to the box by the looks of things. Jeffries hasn't liked Jake Ruck tonight since the play in the corner down the crossbar end where Ruck slammed the player into the board. So it looks like it's only Jeffries entering the champion auto glass penalty box this time around. Jake Ruck will be saved. Won't be joining his father in the penalty box. That would have been a good photo. And we continue with Flyers Orange on the power play. Hazelhurst wiring one in from the top of the blue line. Now in front is Webster, backhanding it around. Controlled now by Lodge. In front was Maybe. Controlling it, Jake Ruck shooting, and a save by Steve McCann. This off now on the right-hand side of the zone. And it's one back to Lodge, shooting one in, and it was blocked in front. Webster pushing it to the top of the blue line. Hazelhurst controlling it. Cross ice for Maybe. Maybe. Hazelhurst. Webster. Left-hand side, Webster. Cross ice to the right for Maybe. Brian Maybe. Here's Maybe again. To Webster. Top of the blue line now is Hazelhurst. Webster again. Lodge lost his footing in front of the net. Hazelhurst controls it top of the blue line and fired one in after the whistle. I truly thought that he had managed to keep that one offside. Referee says different. That's all that matters. 1 minute 29 left in this one. Flyers Blue will take this one home. I think we knew that was the case quite a while ago, but I'll make it official now. Face off down the blue end. One back by Blue, shooting in front. And saved by Mark. Now controlling it in the corner is Hazelhurst. Pushed across to Maybe. Kelly working it in. Whipped out of there by Bro. Good penalty killing by Flyers Blue. Controlling it now is Hazelhurst. Good job there. Pushed across. Controlled along the sidewall. And taken by Wilson. Now here comes Cox in front all alone. Shoots and scores. Flyers Blue sealing the game if they hadn't already half an hour ago. With that goal there. And with 35 seconds left, they lead at 8-2. Center ice face-off. Tanner wins it forward from Cox. 30 seconds left in this one as he tries to backhand it in front of the net. Tanner. Tortoise was there. And the puck gets whipped around. Potman skating onto it. Kelly. Pushed onto Steve's net as Campbell whips it out of there hard. Finds Cox. Skating onto it now is Kairos. Kairos down low. Can Flyers Blue get one more? No, they won't. That's the end of the game. Thanks for joining us for the first game. Stay tuned for Chiefs and the Sharks in about half an hour's time on whatever feed you're watching this on. Flyers Blue win the rivalry match over Flyers Orange 8-2. Thanks for joining me. I've been Nick Walker.
novice or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.